Hi, and welcome to your module Asking for Resources. I'm Marie from Lund University in Sweden.
And I'm Alexandra from the University of Göttingen in Germany. We are with two universities within the NICE consortium who have been working on the student journey and modules you're working on right now.
And like ever so often over the last year, right now we are on a virtual meeting, like you might have been too when working on your weekly challenges. Now, before you start and head off to your tasks today, there are some aspects of working together as a team online which are different from meeting face to face and which we would like to bring to your attention in this video.
Working as a team in a virtual setting is quite different from working as a team in face-to-face meetings. Teamwork itself is affected by group dynamics, deadlines, team roles, and personal aspects, as you have learned in the modules before, and from your own experiences. Within the NICE project, you're now working with students from all over the world, and you're just right, assuming that this complex and dynamic spiral gets another swirl and twist when cultural aspects come into play.
There are guidelines for effective communication that apply to virtual teams, and following or neglecting these guidelines can have a huge impact on creating effective communication and trust within your team. Now, as you have matured and polished your entrepreneurship idea, your next step is to ask for resources. Basically, everything that you need to pursue your idea is a resource, starting from your own knowledge. Then you may need cash, a conference room, or a supplier in another country. So ask yourself these questions. Number 1, what is it you need and which of those things do you already have? Number 2, how do you get what you need?
And question number 3, how should anyone you're going to ask put trust in you and your project and hand over to you the resources you need? Think about this when you do the interview exercise in this module. Do you appear trustworthy by directly saying what you mean, sticking to your word and addressing problems directly? By laying everything out on the table for everyone to see, even if that might cause some harm or conflict discussion?
Or is it rather by weighing thoughtfully all possible actions, making suggestions, giving hints or telling stories, that way giving all your partners the option to read from these hints and clues and to interpret what you mean, and thus saving everyone's face and keeping up the harmony? What we are talking about is communication style, direct and indirect.
Studies have shown that communication style is just a way of saying things which could be culturally learned, and that we all have a tendency towards one or the other. Communication is also closely connected with trust, which is the glue to effective teamwork and cooperation. Anxiety and hostility are threats to building trust. Empathy and listening skills, however, which you have learned about last week, support trust within teams. And one of the many stumbling blocks in intercultural competence is jumping to conclusions before thoroughly examining context and circumstances.
And this is where entrepreneurship and intercultural competence connect. You really need to be good at communicating and to understand others in order to obtain the resources you need. If you wish to set up a successful venture, often you will have to team up, and often you will do so with people who have different backgrounds, come from different cultural environments, and live not so close to where you are living. And resources are global too. You may need to negotiate with people from many different corners of the world, and you cannot always meet with them in person.
As a guideline for virtual settings, please make sure not to miss out on hidden clues in your conversations and texts online, as the mere absence of nonverbal signs in online contexts could be the source of irritation and lead to conflict. Your team members might have different ways of talking about the same things, which then get interpreted differently. Sometimes also just time pressure or lack of energy might lead to misinterpretations.
So work on this week's activities for communication style and take a look at our case study. It's a video of a children's clothing company called Pitupi, which will show you the importance of communication across borders. It's a Swedish startup composed of 2 people from different countries, Sweden and Germany, who run their production in a third country, Albania, and then do the selling via an e-commerce platform.
Virtual teamwork has grown more and more over the last years, and both the assets of working together across time and distance and putting more effort and energy into communication are two sides of the same coin. So, best of luck for pursuing your goal.
And enjoy the challenges of this week.